What is going on, Virgo? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct, and this is going to be your reading for the month of June. Oh my gosh, Virgo, I love your reading already. Like, I'm so happy for you. I'm ecstatic. I'm turned up. I'm lit. What is going on, Virgo? Gosh. Okay, let's get into it. This is going to be a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, but if it does resonate with you, it's your lucky day. And do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things to let me know that you're watching and, this helps you out in some way. If it doesn't resonate with you, check out your rising or moon sign, or check out one of the previous readings that I did for Virgo, because energy is fluid and you may still be stuck in May, possibly, I don't know. But Virgo, I can't even say your name right now. I'm just excited. Let's get into the reading. This is going to be your present energy right here that we're going to hop right into, and then after that we're going to be talking about your futuristic energy over here, like we always do it. That'll be wrapping up the month of June, and mid-month into mid-June, end of June. All right, let's do this, Virgo. Starting off, crowning your reading, right at the top, you had the Two of Wands clarified by the page of, the Two of Swords clarified by the Page of Wands. So, Two of Swords energy, you guys could have been very indecisive, very stuck, not knowing which direction you want to head in, not knowing what you want to do, not knowing which mind you wanted to use. You didn't know if you wanted to operate in the subconscious level or in the conscious level. You could have been just stuck when it came down to moving forward. This is that type of energy where you can move side to side, you can make lateral moves, but you can't move forward, right? You can't make progress, level up to that next level, right? This is what was going on, because if you can't see where you're going, moving forward, then there's no way you can move forward. Now, Two of Swords energy, is very mental energy. So like I said, it was talking about some type of mental indecision. Almost, for some of you guys, like mental constipation. Like the thoughts were just not flowing. The ideas were not coming. The inspiration was not coming. Now, this was very much so tied into your inspiration, because we got the Page of Wands here that represents that inspiration for creativity, that drive that gives you some passion to put into your creations, your art, right? Your spirituality, your finances, your business, what you want to build, your manifestations, all those different things. That level was clogged up for you. That place for you, was clogged up, and it had to do with your mental thinking, right? Now, we all know that Virgo is like the thinker of the zodiac, right? You guys calculate and analyze and break it down and take it apart and put it back together, and you do all these different things. You will think about things for hours and hours and hours until you get a total, complete understanding of it. And because that was happening, then you couldn't move forward until you got a complete, total understanding of what it was that you wanted to move forward into. But there was a certain level that you were blinded to, right? I feel like you had the blinders on. Even though you were able to see what was going on ahead of you, it was just certain things that was blinded. I'm almost getting the vision of like your peripheral vision was blinded, right? Like you had the tunnel vision aspect down packed, like you kind of knew where you wanted to head to, but you couldn't really get a grasp on your surroundings for some reason. And a lot of times when you can't get a grasp on your surroundings, you don't know how far you have come along, right? You don't know where you have come from and where you're actually going, even though you know where you're going, if you have tunnel vision, if you follow what I mean. So I don't know, I just saw a vision for some of you guys where it felt like the peripheral vision was off. And you got to imagine how life would be if you had no peripheral vision. If you only were able to see straight ahead of you, but not able to see what's coming to your left and what's coming to your right, you could get sideswiped. And I feel like for some of you people, you got sideswiped symbolically, right? Maybe by your own thoughts, maybe by your own emotions, maybe by life in general. Something was keeping you from moving forward and keeping you kind of like in this stuck energy. And it was the fact that you didn't have a full, complete vision, and it was being blocked by something, right? So yes. Then we keep it moving and you come into these major arcana energies, the Hangman and the World card. So this is where you guys were in that stuck type of energy. The Hangman energy, represents somebody who is in deep contemplation. They're trying to get another perspective, another point of view, a vantage point, right? From a different way. This is why this person hangs upside down, to look at things upside down to see if can I get another perspective. You wanted to get more understanding of what was happening, maybe why you were stuck, and maybe why you were not able to make this decision, why you were not able to bring certain things into fruition, manifest certain things when it came down to your creations, what you were trying to bring into this world, what you're trying to build for yourself. It could have been business, it could have been job opportunity, it could have been career growth, it could have been creation, art, all those different things, inspiration, whatever it is that you feel like you're here to do on this planet, in this reality. You had kind of like a stagnation to it. And this caused you to kind of like go into the Hangman mode, which is very similar to the Hermit mode. The Hermit mode goes internal to gather more knowledge, to understand, himself, to understand who he is as a person, and gain that internal wisdom. Now the Hangman kind of hangs upside down within himself, right? So this is the same thing. You went internal, but you went internal upside down to kind of gain a different perspective of what you were already viewing. Because for some reason, when you were right side up, you were blinded to what was going on around you. So you needed to kind of go internal to get this new perspective. All right. So overall, with this energy, I feel like you have come to a point of this world cycle where you're ready to birth out this new thing. You're ready to give birth to this baby. And I'm kind of just feeling like I want to be the godfather. Like I would love to be the godfather of this creation, Virgo, because I'm this happy for you. Like for real, I'm rooting you on. I'm here with you in the delivery room. Let's go. Push. Right? So you went upside down in this type of energy. And it's almost, if you view it, kind of like a baby coming down the birth canal, right? And you had to go upside down and gain this new perspective in order to come out into this new birth canal, right? So you come in, you're ending a cycle, completing a major life cycle, major arcana energy with this world card, right? Completion. This talks about completion, and it talks about you birthing out the new cycle, birthing out the new energy, coming to a place where you're no longer stuck, you're no longer mentally constipated, right? You're no longer blind with indecision. You're reaching a new level of clarity because you've gained a new level of perspective when you were just sitting there stuck in your own energy. You had a lot of time to see things from all points of views, like the Virgo needs, right? You got a complete understanding of this thing now. It's almost like a whole, what's the word? Holistic, right? You're taking a holistic approach to what it is that you want to bring into this world. When it comes down everything, right? Your lifestyle has to match what you're trying to birth. So you're not, oh man, this is deep. It's almost like before, you were trying to birth something into this reality, right? You wanted to create something. You wanted to do something. But you could have been into a place where, like I said, the surroundings of it didn't match the tunnel vision view that you had. Even though you were focused on your goal and focused on what you wanted to birth, the environment that you were in, it did not facilitate the energy of your creation, which is why the creation was on hold. Let's go. The baby could not be birthed out because it was not in a environment to be birthed out. So you had to place your own self on hold. Hold up. Put the brakes on is what you did. And the baby had to kind of incubate a little bit more in the womb, in the birth canal. But guess what? Guess what, Virgo? Now you're ready to push this thing out and birth it. You're ending this old cycle of being in the stagnation, stuck in this energy, indecisive, not knowing you know, how you're going to do things, because I feel like you knew the direction that you wanted to head in, but you didn't know the how to of how I'm going to get to my destination. This is what's coming up, Virgo. You got the Chariot card, another major arcana energy, talking about movement. Not only is it talking about movement, but it's talking about balance. It's talking about integration. It's talking about light and dark, high and low, subconscious and conscious, all coming together as one and moving like Voltron. Man, I'm so I'm lit. I'm sorry. I'm just extra turned up for you, Virgo. You're bringing all of the pieces together in the puzzle and integrating it all. This is almost like the integration of your conscious and subconscious mind, to where it's no more struggle back and forth between two minds. It was a certain aspect of you that was almost like double-minded. Should I do this or should I do that? Should I work on this or work on that? Should I go forward or should I go, backward? All those things were kind of like happening, going on with you. But now it's kind of like a level of integration has taken place. You've went through this whole cycle. You've started at the 1 o'clock on the clock. Let's think about a round clock. And you've been to 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're back around at 12 now. And it talks about a completion, an integration, a combining of your forces, total balance, so that you can move forward more efficiently. Now you're stepping into a place where you have your peripheral vision, symbolically, right? Spiritually, your peripheral vision is now kicking in. And now it's almost like you can see things from every point of view. This is what you were working on in this time of incubation, and where it felt like you were stuck and stagnated. It was actually a place of development, right? Now it's kind of like you can see things from an aerial view. You can see things in first person. You can see things in third person. You can see it from all different sides. This is the level up. You're able to tap into your emotional intelligence even more. You're expanding. I feel a level of vastness that's coming out from this expansion. Like now you can receive more downloads. Right now you have the palette for it. It's almost like your boundaries have been increased. You're no longer working with a small energy, almost like this Two of Swords energy felt like. Very small, Anytime anybody is indecisive and of double-mindedness is because there's not enough space to work with. The vision is not grand enough, vast enough, right? It's not expansive. And this is what's happening. Your peripheral vision is coming on, and now you see the sides of the vision for your future. Now you see the details of it. Now you see the crystalline attributes, and the smallest of details kind of jump out at you. And this is what you need as a Virgo, because you guys focus on details a lot. That's what I do know about Virgos. Like, you need to know the details in order to move forward. This is why now you're moving forward into this new cycle, this new energy, because for some reason now the details have been unlocked. Now you can see every step of the way, every puzzle piece that needs to go here and there and this and that, and put it all together in one. And now it's no longer just thrown across the table like a puzzle that's not put together. Now it's all integrated. All of your emotional intelligence, all of your gifts, all of your spiritual attributes that you have are in the right place. This is what has been happening in this older cycle that you were in. Before it felt like everything was just shook up and jumbled across, and it's like within your inner workings, it's like, and you had to go into yourself and put things into the right place. Like, this goes over here, this part goes over here, this tool goes over here, this type of thinking goes in this place, this feeling and emotion goes in this place, right? This perspective goes into this place, and now they work together like Voltron, like Power Rangers, right? When they go into the big machine and work all together. Now your emotions, your spirituality, your thoughts, your physical body, everything can work together, integrated, and not fight against each other. Right? So this is leading you into the path of abundance. Let's go, Virgo. Let's go. The path of abundance is coming for you. You're headed towards it. You're going to meet it halfway. It's coming for you and you're coming for it. And you're moving forward a lot more faster than you were moving before, because now you have the efficiency. And the efficiency comes through the order and the organization that you had to map out when you were in this place of incubation and development and darkness. But now you see the light. So you're walking into this place of abundance, this place of material wealth, financial stability, and most of all, balance. Right? I see 333. And you know, for you that stands for body, mind, spirit, or body, mind, soul, however you want to put it. But everything has to work together for the good of everything else, right? So you're starting to realize that with what you want to create, with your goals, with the place you want to head to, everything has to be working with everything else. Nothing can be working. Let's just move on to the next card, because this is what was happening. Internal conflict is what I was feeling. There was internal conflict happening in this older cycle, which means you were working against yourself. You could have been even self-sabotaging yourself. And that happens a lot of times when we are in a place of developing our strengths, our emotional intelligence, developing all the different tools that we're able to use in this human body, because let's not forget we're multi-dimensional beings, right? Let's not forget you have a spirit and an emotional body and a light body and an astral body and a soul, right? Like, how many pieces of you do you have? And you can feel them all. And sometimes when you don't put those bodies in the right place and you don't have, they're not all healthy, you have this internal conflict, because we're made up of so much. We're just not physical beings. Like, we're mental beings, and we're emotional beings, and then we're spiritual beings, and then we're astral beings, and all of this goes into one body, right? And so this is what was happening. All of those different parts of you were kind of like at odds with each other. Yes, but guess what has happened? Virgo, I'm seeing the pictures so clear for you. Oh my God. This is what I just saw, Virgo. Have any of you guys ever saw the movie Hook with Peter Pan? I'm seeing all of your different bodies were kind of like the Lost Boys. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, the Lost Boys. Do you remember the Lost Boys? They were the clique that Peter Pan hung with when he was in Never Never World. But the problem was that Peter Pan left Never Never Land. You left Never Never Land. And you got into a place where you were trying to be adulting. Which, for a time maybe was needed. You had to focus on your finances. You had to focus on getting things aligned and fitting in with everybody else and trying to get the type of life that the Joneses have and all the different things that we do when we kind of like, get off track just so we can get back on track. But guess what? Peter Pan has come back to Never Never Land. And this is Peter Pan right here. Guess who Peter Pan represents for you, Virgo? Your inner child. Oh my gosh. What you didn't know, what we're just now finding out, is that your inner child was in charge of all of this commotion. But because you had a level of woundedness with your inner child and a level of healing that you had to go through with your inner child, the Hangman in the World card, then the rest of your bodies, let's do it again, light body, emotional body, astral body, right? Physical body, mental body, was just all out of whack because there was no captain there sitting at the helm of your ship. You are the captain, but you rule your kingdom and your ship through your inner child. And because there was aspects of your inner child that needed to be healed for a certain amount of time, then guess what? Everybody inside of your ship just kind of didn't have anybody to rule, and they just did what they wanted to do, which is why you had a high level of indecisiveness. Like, should I go here? Should I go there? Oh man, I feel this way, but I'm thinking about this, and I want to go do this, and I can't do that. And you see this everywhere. But your inner child had to come and take the helm, had to come and get the ropes on the drivers. You know, like everybody wanted to drive. Everybody was fighting for who would be in control. But the answer is, it's your inner child that's in control. This is Peter Pan. Only he can fly. Nobody else can fly. Right? Nobody else can fly. Your inner child can fly, which means he or she automatically becomes the king, the ruler of the kingdom. Oh my gosh. So, what you're definitely giving birth to in this new cycle is your healed inner child. This is deep, Virgo. This is deep. Whew. So yeah, that just happened. And now the inner conflict is about to be dying down. Now the balance is about to come back. And now the right integration of all these different sides of yourself are about to come in line and only operate in the way that they're supposed to operate, because now you're taking control of your own self. You're sitting in the seat of your soul now, because you have healed and done the work for your inner child to come into power once again. Because there was certain parts of you that was kind of like on autopilot. Right? Because you had to go deep within your core, within your mainframe, to work on your inner child. To gain the new perspective, to open up your eyes that were blind, your internal eyes, right? I'm just going to keep it moving now. Let's do it. So now, Virgo, you're taking on this Queen of Swords energy. Very decisive. If I could think about anybody in the tarot that is the most decisive representation, archetype, it would be the Queen of Swords. This energy knows exactly what it wants, how it wants it, when it wants it, right? Every step of the way. Like if you ever saw that movie, The Devil Wears Prada, that's the Queen of Swords. The boss of that whole marketing firm, magazine, fashion company. You saw how she ran that thing. Like she knew exactly when she wanted her coffee there. She knew exactly what type of design she was going with. She knew the designer she wanted to work with. She knew the assistant type that she needed, and the people she wanted to meet up with before she went out to dinner, and how she wanted the book to be put together, and all of that stuff. This is what you're coming into now. Queen of Swords energy, a high level of confidence because you have a high level of decisiveness. And guess what? You're not taking no bullshit either, Virgo. I hope y'all are enjoying this journey, because I'm just like all into it. I'm just like out of my normal mode of reading. Like I'm here. It's like we're reading that book, and I'm into the book. I'm reading your story, but I'm in the story. Like, what's the name of that movie? The Story That Never Ends? What is it? What is it called? The Never Ending Story. Man, that's what I feel like right now. Like, I started off just reading your story, Virgo, but now I feel like I'm in it. Okay, moving right along. So this level of high decisiveness and confidence is bringing you another side of optimism, right? The sun is finally shining. You're out of the incubation darkness, right? Now you can come on the light side of the moon because you've been on the dark side of the moon, right? The dark night of the soul has been a reoccurring factor in your life until you came to the place of this inner child being healed. Now, because you got everybody in line, all your bodies are integrated. The subconscious and conscious mind are working together instead of working against each other, right? You've integrated your shadow. You see how this person is wearing their shadow and their light body at the same time? See how he has his shadow in check and his light side in check? What? Not running away from my shadow. I'm not trying to hide my shadow. I am the light and I am the dark. I am my higher self and my lower self. I am my higher nature and my lower nature. They all both work together in synchronicity. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 5, 5, 5. All right? I'm loving this. I'm not even tired of your reading. We're 26 minutes in, and I'm still here. So, optimism coming in. The light is now shining, right? Now you know exactly where you're going, how you're going to do it, what you're going to put together. The peripheral vision is there now. So now your focus will be even more focused, laser vision focused, because now you have peripheral vision and you can see to the side of you, the left and the right, and up and down, and a lot of different points of views. But number one, you're not going to be indecisive anymore because this Queen of Swords energy is very decisive, right? So it's bringing you to a higher state of awareness too. That's what the Sun card is here representing, this higher state of awareness, this high level of fertility, right? Growing the seeds that have already been planted and bringing it into fruition so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor instead of just working and not seeing any fruits. All right, so that's your present energy. Ugh, nice. A plus. You guys pass with flying colors. Let's keep it moving. So we have the Page of Wands in your futuristic energy, the Three of Wands, and then we have the King of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Swords. So starting off up here, we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands energy is the same type of energy that you had when you were up here. The only difference is now that you have went through this whole process and you gave birth to your inner child and you healed your inner child and got all of your bodies in the right place and balanced yourself out. Now you're more decisive. Now you're more optimistic about your future. Now you're ready to get back to your creations. And now guess what? You are a master creator. Or you're taking on the energy of one. The Empress card is here. Talking about creation, artistic, spirituality, nurturer, fertile, right? Abundance. This is what the Empress energy is. So now all of your projects, creations, side businesses, side hustles, career, job, anything that you're passionate about, your passionate pursuits are being teamed up with this Empress energy. Major Arcana. And my mind just went blank. I don't even know if that is the Empress Major Arcana. Goodness, my mind is blank. I think the Empress is a Major Arcana. Yes, she is. Universal energies for you. And you guys have quite a lot of Major Arcanas here too. The Chariot, the World, the Empress, the Sun card. So yeah, the universe has been here kind of like seeing you through this whole process. And now you're taking on these energies towards your projects, right? The Empress. She rules abundantly. She attracts abundance to her. She feeds her projects. She feeds her creations. She nurtures it to fruition. She's consistent. She's level headed. She's grounded. She's very, very strong. Unshakable. This is what's coming in, right? Let's keep it moving. I also see this Three of Wands here. Three of Wands energy is kind of like the wand that you were missing. Because I feel like before this Three of Wands energy, you were in the Two of Wands energy. And the Two of Wands talks about somebody that's, you've made a decision to go a certain place, but you haven't left your backyard to go on that journey yet. Now with the Three of Wands, you added on this extra wand right here. The inspiration is what you were missing. Right? The internal push, the internal drive. It was being blocked by all this back and forth arguing. But your inner child is here. Bringing the third wand, putting it into its place. Now you're ready for this journey. Now you're ready to board the plane. You got your ticket already. You already put your luggage. You checked it already. You got your carry-on bag with you. You bought a couple of snacks. Right? And so now you're ready for communication. You're ready to communicate what it is that you have planned. Yeah, I feel like this is a communication going out into the world. It's almost like you are decreeing something to the land, like, for now on. Right? I'm not even going to take it that far. Not going to take it that far, Virgo. But yeah, I feel like now there's a level of open communication. A strong stream of consciousness now. You're unclogged. Like the Eight of Wands are coming in fast. Like you're shooting out arrows at your targets. Like pew, 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 pew. Open lines of communication between you and the universe. No more blockage. Let that inspiration come on in. Let that creation come on in, Virgo. It's here. Now you know. Now you're decisive. So now it's kind of like you're communicating it in so many words. More than just words. You're using everything. Using everything disposable to you. All of your bodies to communicate it. You see these three bodies right here? It's going out in the astral, going out on the soul level, it's going out in the spiritual level. Physically, you're doing it. Right? Emotionally, you're doing it. But you see how they're all lined up and going in the same direction now? Oh, snap. Now they're all lined up and firing in the same direction. All cylinders firing, all systems go. Instead of this is how they were before. How could anything happen? This is why there was no movement. That's why everything had to be coming to a halt. Because everything was shooting in the wrong, crazy directions, bumping into each other. Now everything is lined up in an orderly fashion. And without order, there will be chaos. So I'm glad you let your inner child get back on the throne. And Peter Pan remembered again who he is, and now he could fly. Goodness. King of Cups energy here. Alright, so you could definitely be coming into a place of full-on emotional maturity. Not only are you taking on the Queen of Swords energy, high level of decisiveness, Now you're taking on the King of Cups energy, a high level of emotional intelligence. You're done with the emotional roller coaster, with the highs and the lows. You've seen those heights and you've seen those valleys enough times to know how far you can go with your emotions now. Like, you have learned. You have a level of depth of emotional, abilities. Okay, fantastic. Now, let's come up to the surface and let's use those emotions as a weapon, right? Let's fire them off intentionally instead of having them fire off and be used against you to sabotage yourself, your emotional body, right? This is representing your emotional body coming into a place of evolution, maturity. Because you probably were in a place where you had that devil energy going on, right? Stuck to addictions, stuck to your shadow side, not integrating your shadow into your emotional state. So you had some hiccups going on with certain addictions that maybe you just were not able to shake, weren't able to kind of like cut yourself loose from it. This could also be representing relationship that you were in, or certain type of relationships that you just attracted to yourself because of the emotional state that you used to be in, that was very highly toxic and dark and just addictive, and it definitely didn't serve you. I'll just keep it there. But an aspect of it could have been fun. I will put that in there, but come on. Now it's time for graduation. King of Cups. You're getting your emotions in check. You're going to be able to start attracting more healthier relationships, right? Can you see the difference between the devil and the Chariot? This is what you used to be in. That devil energy, dark, low vibration. Now you're coming into the mirroring of this, just on another side of the spectrum. High vibration, right? Balance tied into high vibrations instead of tied into your low vibrations. And you actually have both of them, right? Light and dark. Light and dark. Shadow and light body. Instead of just shadow body. Low nature, low vibes. Like, this is still here, but you see the black, the shadow, the darkness, the low nature is still here. But it's integrated with your high nature. So now you find a level of balance instead of just going into those depths of your low nature and getting stuck there. Okay. So then we end on this note. 8 of Swords is here. Talking about how you used to be bound, right? Mentally, mental restriction. You had your own self in a place of restriction, restricting your energy, constricting, whichever word fits better. But of course, you're getting a release out of that with this Ace of Cups being here, a new beginning in your emotional world, your emotional life, a new beginning with an opportunity to be fulfilled emotionally. Now, when you are fulfilled emotionally, you definitely have no reason to be stuck or constricted with your energy, or in a place where you feel like you can't get out of your head. I'm stuck in my head. People are stuck in their head when they don't have that certain level of balance, right? When they are working through all of the back and forth, you kind of feel like, I'm stuck, trapped inside of my own body. This is probably where you were at before. You felt like you were trapped inside of your own body because all of the inner workings of your body wasn't working together. So it could have felt painful to be in your own body. And you probably could have tried to escape your body a couple of times through lower vibration activities. But now we got integration going on. We got the healing of the inner child being birthed out. Right? Leaving this lower vibe, integrating it with the higher vibe, emotional maturity. You can now release yourself from out of the constrictiveness and move on into the abundance of emotional fulfillment. Ace of Cups. I'm going to wrap it up right there. Virgo, 40 minutes in. I hope it resonated with you guys. And if it does, let me know in the comments, because I need to see what's going on this month. Follow me on IG, Virgo. That's at chrisanthony14lbs, Chris Anthony 14 pounds. That'll also be in the description. And if you guys need more clarity, which it probably would make sense, that's kind of, you know, I won't say don't get more clarity because personal readings are open, was what I was about to say. But yeah, email me if you want to talk about personal readings. Until next time, Virgo, good luck in the month of June.